Alright, lifers. I'm sure some of you have gone abroad where they speak a different language, and maybe you studied it in school but you found you really didn't know the language at all. Well, I'm kind of in this position right now because I started off with Mercruisers for a bunch of years, and this thing has me perplexed. My cable, which I've disconnected here, and moves it freely. I mean, look how nice this thing moves. Well, when I push it all the way in for reverse, which I'm not going to hold it at the moment, I get the foot moved over far enough to where you get a click, but I have to reach back under here and grab the foot and give it just a couple mil push. That's for our foreign watchers, and it locks right up. So I'm not really sure what's going on. I mean, the cable, and you should be able to pull it until the shuttle inside the drive stops, and it's pulled as far as it'll go, which is reverse. And as I said, I still have to reach up underneath it here and grab this little foot and give it just the tiniest bit, and it'll lock right in gear. So I don't know. It must be the shuttle inside the drive, which that kind of sucks. I'm thinking I don't have to empty the drive's gear oil though. That's a plus. Always trying to look on the bright side. But it could be a little brighter. I guess I need to take the drive off. Mercruiser hell. Alright, here we are, and in true race boat life honesty, we've already been at it for about an hour, and the main issue is this shifter cable. The fitting was sticking out, and again, in all honesty, I saw that on YouTube last night. Somebody was having a problem, and that's what they did. I'm not saying this is the only issue, but those actually, you can see threads for about 1/4 inch, and that's a whole lot further than the travel I already needed. But as for the reusable gasket, this is one time. Alright, we just got back from our favorite local store, Kobe Marine, and we had to get a new gasket set, and now we have to scrape off our reusable gasket. We just got done scraping off our reusable gasket, and it's all cleaned up now. And we double checked, and it does lock in gear, so it must be a linkage issue, and hopefully it was this linkage issue. There may be more. We're just going to make our way down this path and see where it leads. We also got the bell housing slash transom shield, whatever you Mercruiser people call this, new gasket on. I guess it's time to hang the drive. Ta-da! Just wanted to jam up on them threads. Just need a little Chuck Norris. Ha! You know something's going on when we got a manual out. Alright, lifers. You all didn't need to see me out here scratching my head for the last 2.5 hours playing with these cables. I have totally come to the conclusion that this pivot point over here and this pivot point over here are in the wrong locations. Now this plate came from another Mercruiser, but it was all within the same series, so I'm kind of surprised. But the thing is my throttle cable shifter cable blah 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 has 2¼ inches of travel. Well, the cable that goes to Outdrive only needs 2 inches at maximum, and no matter where I place this pivot point and slack up and extend every cable, I'm not getting, even with this slid all the way out, I'm still not getting anywhere close to what the swing I need. And it's pretty obvious on a racetrack the shortest way around is around the bottom. And I can assume, which my English teacher would say naughty words to me about, that this point here swinging outward is creating less of a radius here, so I'm not getting the swing that's needed. The thing about it is none of this comes, you know, with adjustable points where they're close together. I mean, I have a casting mark here, but there's casting marks all over the place, so I don't know if that means anything. But I have truly come to the conclusion that I need to mount that pretty much like that. There's some more fine tuning to it, so make sure it hits reverse and forward, but I'm not getting the swing it's needed and where it's positioned at, and it seems like it would be an easy fix. But at the moment it's getting a little dusky out and the bugs are coming out, and I've got a lot of stuff to clean up from this mess so far. So I shall continue this when the light breaks once again. There we are. Again, I'm still not convinced of anything being right. I'm going to have to go do some online research tonight. I mean, I've had a Mercruiser before. I don't remember it ever being like that. There should be enough swing at that plate, but yet, like I said, because of the circumferences being outside and inside, one's working a lot farther than the other one is to get the same distance. But again, I've never seen anybody just drill them right next to each other. I mean, I don't know. I'll have to go check some Donzi fans, see what they've had happen. It's tight down here, that's for sure. Alright, so here I am underneath the 16's bow, and I'm trying to get to the controller that's way over there, and if anybody that's ever worked on a 16 knows that that's no fun. But in my utter amazement, take a look at this picture. In the picture you're going to see that the swing of the controller can actually make different radiuses by just sliding the lever that gets a hold of the cable there out, and it just has different slots in it that you can slide the pointy shaped key that's hanging down a little bit there. You just put that in the slot and then tighten it down, and that's the new ratio for the, so it's basically, it's universal, it's original, so it's a 66, and it's set up so actually you could do pretty much anything. You could probably use it for an outboard if you wanted to. I mean, that's pretty amazing. I mean, I was really prepared for bear here. I was thinking this is going to be the end of the world. And I haven't measured it yet, but yeah, it's you can change the ratio just by loosening up the nut, sliding it forward or backwards, whatever you need, finding the right slot, and then putting the key back in the slot and tightening it back down. I mean, it is that simple. And in a boat like this, I mean, to be prepared for any type of outdrive scenario, motor scenario, I mean, that's wild. I mean, that's really wild for me to find that out. And in this boat, especially. Alright, I need to go back there and measure some stuff so I can find out whether I've got the full swing that I need. I need 3 inches according to everybody, that what's necessary for Mercruiser, and that way I can actually put the right pivot points on the shift plate cutter out or thingamabobber. Okay, we just got out our handy dandy tape measure and measured this guy's up, and the best I can calculate is I got another ½ inch plus of travel. Now, that was a nice gain, and for as simple as that was, that's badass. So hats off to Donzi in 1966 for installing one of those controllers, because that was really cool, just to unbolt it and slide it over and put it back in. So now I'm going to go ahead and follow the manual and see if I can get everything to line up that way. I figure there's probably going to be some tweaks after, but I'm going to at least attempt to start at where the manual points are. So hold on a second. I gotta say, this stuff is really getting perplexing. No matter what I do, if I use the factory settings, I'm only getting enough swing to either engage one or the other. Now I catch the other one, the second gear, but it doesn't lock in. And I understand the motor's not running, but it should engage at least. So I had to change from this slot. I tried this spot right next to it, paint's wet. Yep. And I ended up with this one right here. And of course the throttle shifter cable actually mounts right there, so they're not far from each other. And that way it fully engages both. I'm not sure. I mean, my reverse gear seems like it's kind of light. It's really kind of towards the end, but I really don't know that much about Mercruisers to say whether that's normal or not. All I do know is this cable, I have 2 full inches of travel from one end to the other, and that's full lock. I mean, like, snug in, move the prop around a couple times, make sure it's fully locked in. And this is a brand new cable. I mean, this has only been used once, as we demonstrated in an earlier video. So I don't think it's the cable, and as I said, we already fixed the shuttle in the Outdrive, so we know it's getting full length of use. At the moment, I'm thinking I'm just going to have to try this. I mean, in reality though, I have to, keep in consideration that the Outdrive came from one motor, this plate came from another motor, the motor came from another motor. So, it's we're trying to make things work here. And I'll do some more studying. I mean, maybe this is too much. Maybe the dogs in the clutch dogs in the Outdrive are a little small or something. I don't know. I didn't find any metal in the drive, I've changed the oil twice. I mean, it's been clean as a bell. I mean, if it lost a clutch dog, I would think it would be like something in there big enough to chew some gears up and such, and this drive runs perfect, so knock on fiberglass. So I'm just going to go with this here and hopefully get it done before it actually gets dark. Listen up. We want you to hit that like button down there. Do it now. Right now. And then get your butt over on the other side and hit that subscribe button. Do it now. We mean it. Do it. Jeez. Alright, lifers. I'm sure some of you have been in a land where they don't... Alright, lifers. You guys didn't need... Yeah. Alright, lifers. I'm sure some of you have gone abroad and to a foreign area where they... And I guess it's time to set the gasket. And I guess it's time to set the drive. And I guess it's time to hang the drive. I don't know what's going on, to be honest. No, that doesn't sound right. Alright, I just got done measuring this dog over here. And according to my calculations, I picked up another half inch of swing. Half inch of swing.